Hi, welcome to the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name's Melissa and I'm so glad that you're here watching. I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia, where I live with my husband, and we have 4 daughters and 2 grandchildren. It is Monday, July 26th, and I'm podcasting a little bit later than I had intended to. I was hoping to do it over the weekend, but my schedule has changed. My daughter's gone back to work, and so I'll be watching my granddaughter on the weekend, and I just couldn't find the time to do it. So I don't really know, if I'm going to have a regular schedule. I don't really know how it's going to work. Next week, my grandson is going to start school, and we're actually going to do virtual school. Our county has given us the option, or given my daughter, it's her son, the option of doing school at home or going to school. We've chosen to do school at home because, I'm going to help my daughter do it on the days that she works. We're really lucky to be able to do that because there's so many people, that don't have that option, that have to work. And I feel for everybody in the situation that we're in. I feel for the teachers. I feel for the single parents that have to work, that have no choice but to take their kids to school. They may not want to. And I'm just really glad that we're able to keep my grandson home. And I'll help my daughter on the day she has to work to teach him. I homeschooled 2 out of 4 of my children, so, I'm kind of excited actually I loved it when my 2 stayed home from school, or, we homeschooled, and I'm looking forward to that. I don't think he's looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it. Still don't really know how they're going to do it. I think they're still ironing out all the details, but as of next week, our county will be starting schools, and there's quite a few counties around me where they're doing all virtual, and I feel so bad for the parents, that single parents especially. Well, there's even 2-parent homes that they both have to work. And then I feel bad for teachers because they're, I just want to pray for everybody that we get through this. Oh, we'll get through it. So enough of that. So my point of saying all that is that I'm not really sure, because I will be helping with his school starting next week, when I'll be able to podcast. I still want to do it on a weekly basis. I'm just not sure what day is going to be good. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see. So with that, I guess we'll just get into finished objects. I have some finished objects, some works in progress, and some acquisitions, and some maybe future things I would like to start that I wouldn't mind sharing with you. So I only have 3, that's not bad, but I have 3 finished objects. I thought I'd have more, but I don't. I had a lot of things I started and ripped back, and I wasn't sure, and all that. You know how that goes. So I'll just show you what I have. The first thing I have another pot holder, a crocheted pot holder. Here it is. Just another one of those, the folded over ones. They're double thick. I really like these, and my daughter wants, for her kitchen, she wants a couple of these, and I've got one done, and I've got another. This is what I have left from this, and I have another ball to make her another one. And then I don't know what I'll do with the scraps. I might make her, I've got kind of maybe like scrubbies. I've got some that I think I don't even know where it is, but that scrubby yarn you can kind of put with this. I'll make her some of those, or maybe just some little to wash your face with or something. I don't know. So yeah, there's that. And this is the yarn. And I use a 5mm crochet hook for it. And the yarn is, excuse me, Lily Sugar and Cream. And it is worsted weight, 100% cotton, 85 grams, 150 yards, and it is called, the colorway is Soleil Ombre. Soleil Ombre. Oh, I don't think you'll be able to see that. Oh no, because the light goes bad. But anyway, this is what it looks like. And this is the finished pot holder. I really like this one. I like this color. It's very nice. And they take, they take no time at all. They're super quick. And I put a little loop on it in case she wants to hang. I don't hang mine, but they look good with the loop. So there's that. And I haven't even started the other one yet. There's that. And then my second finished objects, and you've seen all of these, but they're done. So I'm really glad about that. I haven't blocked this or anything. I did sew on the ends. So this is my hitchhiker, and it's finished. Here it is. It is pretty long. Ooh. And this is knit. And here it is. I hope you're getting a good look at it. But it's long, and you wear it like this. I don't really know how. I probably will give it to one of my kids. You probably can't hear me. I'll probably give it to one of my kids. Oh, but you just kind of like that. I love it. I love the color very much. Yep, so that's done. Like I said, it's the hitchhiker. And it is Martina Behm, B-E-H-M. Yep, and there's her finished one. And it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry, but it's not a lot. And let's see, I still have quite a bit of I was going to try to use up most of the yarn, but I don't know, I just wanted to move on. And it's plenty long enough. I followed how many of these teeth you're supposed to have, and I stopped there. So this is the yarn that I used. And it pretty much has 1 and probably a 1/4 skein in this. So it's fingering weight. And this yarn is Miss Crosby. Like I said, it's fingering weight, 100% superwash merino, 370 yards, and the color is Toucan. Toucan. Yep, Mrs. Crosby. And see, the yarn is not, it's like it's just a single strand, almost like a roving yarn, but fingering. And I got all this with no clue. I have some ideas, but there's a lot. I don't know. It's going to join all my other yarn scraps. I don't know what I'm going to do with. So, and the needles that I used, my Addies. I love these. These are one of my favorites. Addie Turbo Rockets. They're so smooth. I love the cord on them. I do love the Chalgoos. But these needles are so slick and fast. I love these. I wish they were a tiny bit pointier, just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm using the Addie Turbo Rockets, sock rockets they used to be called. Now they're just called rockets. And I used A 3.25 millimeter on a 32-inch cord. Yep. So, and then, oh yeah, my bag. I showed the bag last week. There's my stitch counter. Don't lose that. Here's my bag that I had it in. And it's, I can never remember the name of this. Twist Fiber Studio. A really nice bag. Really, really nice. Yep, so that's that. I don't really need to put this back in the bag. I can put it back in my empties, but I'll keep, you know, I remember to do that. Okay, and then my last finished object is in my Madder Root bag. And it is my crocheted hat. And the hat is called the Amanda Beanie. And this hasn't been, well, I'm not gonna go, it's okay. So yeah, this is it. This is the hat. And it's okay. Well, here, I'm going to pause you and go get one of those mannequin heads to show it on. Hold on one sec. Okay, so here's the hat on the mannequin. There's a lot of texture in the hat, and it came out really nice. I was a little unsure of it, but overall, I like the way it looks. There's the top. Haven't really decided if I'm going to put a beanie on it, or I'm sorry, a pom-pom on it. I don't know. Not like a crazy pom-pom fan. Yeah, so this mannequin head is a small head. So it looks, when I put it on, which I'm not going to because I like terrible in hats, it fits a lot better than this, but I like it. Yep. The seam up the back, it's not too bad. It's not really that bad, but I haven't washed it yet, so maybe when I wash it, it'll all like relax and all that. So this is, I don't know if I said it or not, but it's a crocheted hat, obviously. I shouldn't say obviously. It's a crocheted hat. I'm assuming anybody that's watching is, you know, interested in knitting and crocheting, and so they would know. But there might not. There might be other people. You know, you go down the YouTube rabbit hole and you end up watching. I do anyway. You end up watching the craziest things. So there's the hat. Yes, and that's my final object, or my final finished object. Yep, and it was in my Madder Root bag. Oh, I can tell you about the yarn. So the hook I used, I'll tell you about the yarn and the hooks. First, the hooks. I used 6mm crochet hook for the body of the hat, and then for the brim, I used a 5mm. That's what I used. Put those back. And the yarn I used, and this is the yarn that I used, and it is a hobium yarn. And I still don't have the ball band for it. I still don't have, I didn't go look for it, but it's on hobium. But this is it. I have this much left because I bought 2 skeins. So I've got enough to do. I could probably make a knitted hat out of this and probably even have a little bit left over. I'm not sure. I could do a crochet hat. It would, you know, have to probably be, you know, child size. So yeah, it's really nice yarn. Very, very nice yarn. I like hobium. There's really not, I can't think of any of the yarn that I've used at hobium. I have a lot that I have bought and not used yet, so I can't say, but I really have liked all the yarns so far. so that's the end of my finished objects. So next we'll do works in progress. So let me get that's my iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, the best iced coffee there is. And I do mine with cream, Splenda, and a toasted almond shot. Yum. Okay. So works in progress. Well, okay, so this is one that y'all have seen the past couple episodes, and I really thought I would be done with this, and I really should be done with it, but I would really like to use all the yarn to get it done. And this is my, it's in my, I suppose it doesn't really matter, but it's in my, this is the other Matter Root bag that I have. And the project that's in there is the Don't Touch Your Face cowl by Knee-Color Strict Design. And it's big, and it's probably big enough that I should really just cast it off and be done with it, but no, I would really like to use up the yarn. So here it is. Here it is. What is this? Oh, okay. Yep, so that's it. I mean, it's a big cowl. It's not even been blocked, which, you know, will make it even stretch out even more. But here it is. And this, I still have this much left of the yarn, which, so the yarn, I'll just say this first, is 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it is less traveled yarn in the unicorn toast fingering weight. So I had this thought earlier thinking about this. I should just cast it off. That's big for me. I mean, some people, you know, might like, but I don't want anything too scrunchy. I'll just feel like, I don't know. So this could actually, I could make socks for my 2-year-old granddaughter. That would be plenty. Plus I mean, that would be plenty for her. So I thought about maybe that's what I'll do, because I have so much, like I have this left over, I have this left over, you know, and it's fingering. So any kind of project I come up with, like a scrap project, it's not going to go fast. I don't want to do a fingering weight blanket. I don't even like making worsted weight blankets. Never mind a fingering weight blanket. I don't know. You never say never, but so anyway, there's that, and this is the yarn and the needles. I'm using my ChiaoGoo's the 16-inch 3.25 millimeters. Yep. And I have a set of ChiaoGoo interchangeables. Well, I don't have the 16-inch. I have the 5-inch tips. So I don't have, you know, but I don't know. I just prefer fixed circulars over the, I don't know why I keep holding that up. I just prefer fixed circulars over interchangeables, unless I'm making something where I know I have to change needle sizes. Even then, I don't really. But yeah, so I do have, and I have other interchangeable sets, but I don't know, I just like fixed circulars, probably because I'm lazy. But yes, there's this. I love it so much. And I love this stitch marker. Oh, I don't know. It's an owl. So there's that work in progress. Is this? Yeah. Oh, don't. Oh, I gotta try to keep organized. I make a mess by the end, and then I go try to sort it out. And okay, so these are some whips that you haven't seen. As far as the whips that you did see from the last 2 podcasts, like the poncho, this poncho, the Bag-O-Day poncho, I didn't work on that. It's because it's so heavy and it is so hot and humid here. It took a long time to get warm, but man, when it did, it did. So I didn't work on that. I have some of the crochet projects I didn't work on, and my sweater, my cardigan I didn't work on. Oh well. So these 2 whips you haven't seen. Well, yes, you have. You've seen this one. That's not true. This is a knit. This whip is a knitting project, and it is a shawl. I'll show you the pattern, or I won't show you the pattern. It is Goldfinch by Andrea Mowry. Dre Renee Knits, Goldfinch. And I should have printed a copy of the front page in color for you, because it's beautiful. And you just can't really tell by the black and white. It's a beautiful shawl. Yes, as is most of her things that she's designed. Beautiful. So this is mine so far. And you make sure this is it so far. And last week I was up to here. That's what I had finished, just those 3 colors. And so I didn't do a ton of work on it. Just, I added the stripes and then another more blue, and then I've started the lace pattern again. It'll be like this, but in this color. So I've just started that. So there's this so far, and this is very soft. It's really soft. I mean, when you feel the skin, these cakes of yarn, you know, I cake them up. It feels soft, but it doesn't feel as soft as this. And I know part of that is the garter stitch. It's, you know, garter stitch is squishy. But yeah, I love these colors. If you could see, if this was in color, hers, where there was yellow and gray, and yeah, very pretty. But I just want to do something a little different. And there's that so far. So I've still got quite a ways to go, but I got all that done. And the yarn I'm using is Wool, and in their Wash Sport. And it's sport weight, and it is 100% machine washable, certified organic merino. And the first color that I'm using, this blue, does that look better, is Appalachian Stone. This lighting, I'm not even gonna, because it blows it out. So this is Appalachian Stone. That's obviously the blue right there. And then I'm using this pink color, and it is Wood Dove, the colorway, the pink right there. And then the final color, this color here, which is that lace section, is Pasture Rose. Yep, so those are the 3 colors, and the needles are my Addy Rockets, 4mm on a 32-inch. Oh, there's still stitch markers and I didn't got them out. 32-inch, but I don't know why I started on my 32-inch. I should have started on the 40 because I've just started on this shawl and already like there's only that much needle left. So when I get to, I will switch needles to a 40-inch cord, which I should have started on at first, but I didn't. I say, oh, and this is my bag from Cedar Hill Farm Company. That's the inside of the bag, just white with like, yeah, just white. So that's that finished, or whip. Let me make sure I get the pattern in there. And then this is a crochet whip that I'm doing. And this is just in an Old Navy bag. I got this was on a clearance rack I got for $5. That's how I used to get all my bags. I told myself, because I only started buying bags, like, it's not even been a year. Because I told myself, don't get yourself, because you'll want them all, and look what's happened. I mean, I have too many. I don't have too many. I have a lot, though. So I started there on YouTube, Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast. Is that right? Yarn Joy podcast. Isn't it funny how I would forget? I watch her all the time. But Terry from Yarn Joy podcast, she was doing it's over with now. And of course I failed miserably giving up at the Dash the Deer cow on her Facebook page. And I started it and I didn't get very far. But then I said, I love this so much that I want to work on it some more. So I've been working on it. Where's a good picture? Well, I don't really think there is. It's Dash the Deer. It's an amigurumi. Oh, well. Dash the Deer. And it is by Jess Huff. Yep. And she has a version of, well, you could do Rudolph. So the pattern is just for Dash the Deer. And then if you wanted to make the nose a Rudolph nose, red nose, she's got a little section to explain you how to do that. And this is a free pattern. I think all of her patterns are free, and you can print them out. Which I don't blame them, but a lot of times you have a free pattern and then you pay like usually very small amount of money to get a printed pattern. Which, I don't blame you for doing that. So I don't know. That's awesome that she does that. So here he is so far. Well, here's his head. So I got his head done. Does he look wonky? Let me see. Oh, he looks all right. His ears are a little wonky. So I've still got tails. Like if I want to fix the ears at all, I cut the tails on the antlers because I was messing with them too much. And usually when you start messing with, you just end up making it worse. So I said, you need to just leave that alone. It's not going to get any better than that. But the ears, I left the tails on in case I want to go back and I can see kind of, you can't even see him, so my finger's in the way. But here he is so far. And I also made his body. So he's going to be a pretty good size. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. I'm probably going to have, I won't. I should, why did I say probably? I should make 2, 1 for each grandbaby, but I don't usually, especially the amigurumis. I made a gnome one year, and I made a lot of those. But other than that, I don't really repeat. So here he is, Dash the deer, Rudolph version. He's going to be a good size. And the yarn, I'm just using Hobby Lobby yarn. This was, I don't even have this yarn out anymore, but this is, I don't know if you can, this is their sparkle yarn. Yeah, Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, the sparkle. And then for the antlers, and then part of the like the bottom of the feet and hands. I suppose it's the feet. They don't really have hands, do they? I'm using this yarn, and it is, what's the colorway? Brown. And for the body, I'm using this one, and it is, I'm not even sure if this is the correct yarn label. Yeah, Toasted Almond. That's for the main, you know, the main part. And then for the face, yeah, and then there's going to be like a belly you put on here, or a round bit to kind of mark the belly, like, you know how reindeer on the underside are usually you know, paler. I'm using this yarn, and it is linen. Yep, and I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook for that. And that is my last whip that I've worked on this week. I did work on socks, but that did not work out very well for me this week. I will show you in a sec. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's it. So I worked on some socks. I don't know if you watched last week. I was going to use this Zuber ball to make socks, and I made them, took them apart, made them, took them apart. So I'm not really sure about, not really sure I like this yarn. If you can see that? Oh, it's 2 different colors. To me, it was just, it was making, I do a 2x2 rib, and I just didn't like the way it looked. And the yarn, this is a little bit thinner than, you know, what I'm used to using for sock yarn. Even, you know, even what I, you know, it's thinner than, like, you know, hand-dyed yarn that's, you can use for socks. Because, you know, sometimes Peyton's Croy is kind of thicker, you know, but then you have like just sock, like indie dyed sock yarn, thinner than that. Well, this is even thinner than that. And I don't know. I love the colors, but it was just not working out, and I wasted a lot of time. And I just thought, you know, I just don't like it, because I'll never get the second one done if I don't like the first one. I don't know how many, and I'm usually good about finishing my socks. I have a couple that just have one sock, you know, but that you know, it just happens. So I don't know. So I didn't make socks. So that took up a lot of wasted time. Oh well. So I think, I don't know yet because I haven't cast them on. I think for socks, what I'm going to use is, this is Knit Picks Felici sock. And this is from, I don't know if it's from last year or the year before. This colorway is, is it usually on the front? Yeah, Mountain Mist. And this is their Felici, you know, comes out, I think, like twice a year. And when the colorways are gone, they're gone. And then they come out with new colorways. This is really nice. I love these colors. But they don't come, you know, I'll have to use two. I have to decide. I have to make them match. My socks match. Oh. But, so I have to cut some of the yarn away so they both start at the same spot. So I haven't started them. So I can't say that I will, but they're in my bag, ready to go. My sock bag. T-Doddles sock bag, ready to go. So that's the end of my whips. So I guess we can go on to acquisitions. First, I would like to show, I get a subscription box. I used to get Knit Crate, and I stopped getting it right when the pandemic started, and you know, I think Georgia was starting to shut down. I don't know if I just stopped because my husband is self-employed. So I wasn't really sure how the pandemic was going to affect all of that. I just wasn't really sure. So I canceled my Knit Crate, and I'm really glad that I did. No offense to Knit Crate, because the couple of the boxes after when the pandemic started, and then they had the I don't know if it's 2 or 3 subscription boxes that I've seen during the pandemic I did not like the bear yarn. I have no desire, I don't think. I mean, right now, if I had bear yarn, it would sit there for God knows how long. I don't have any desire to dye yarn, and if I did, I don't think I would use Kool-Aid. I don't think I would. The yarns people dyed were absolutely beautiful, but I just feel like I'd make a mess and get frustrated and God knows what. So, but the one subscription box I could not get rid of, and that is my Lether subscription box. I love this. I thought, well, luckily for us, being self-employed, my husband is a machinist, owns a machine shop, and it didn't really, you know, because of some of the things that he makes, he's, you know, was able to work at home, because he does CNC computer programming, he could do that at home. And then on, you know, some of this work that he did for companies, you know, he was considered essential. I mean, so we ended up being okay, and so far it hasn't affected his work amount. Sometimes these things take a little while to, you know, catch up, unfortunately. So I wouldn't say we're out of the woods yet, but you know, that's kind of the life, at any rate, when you have your own business. You never know. So I kept my Lether, and this is the latest. This is for July. This is the latest, and this is the yarn, and I rescanned it and did a horrible job. Now, a lot of people that I've seen on YouTube that have got the Lether box, their yarn, mine looks very muted compared to theirs. Like they had deep green. Mine is just, but I actually really like this. I think, because the theme this month, because it's always a theme, is, well, it's tropical, and it's the pineapple. And I actually think mine really looks like a pineapple. You know, some of the other ones I saw were beautiful, but they were much darker colors. But I love it. I just love it. I've never, not one time have I been disappointed in her yarn. Not once. So this is sport weight, 100% superwash merino, 328 yards. And with it comes, so you get yarn, a well, the subscription box, you can get just yarn, or you can get, and I don't even know what it's called. Let's see. Let me have a look. I should know because I get it every month. I think it's just a funfetti box. So you get yarn, a hook, and either an enamel pin or a stitch marker, and then patterns. And that's what I get. I get I think it's a funfetti box. So I got the yarn, and then you get these beautiful hooks. I love these hooks. And her husband makes the handle. And this is a clover hook. A clover, like the metal part is clover, which I love clover. And this here is an F hook. Isn't it beautiful? And the hook, they always try to match it with the theme. And the F hook, what size is that? Because what millimeters? It's 3.75 millimeters. See, and I have got, I have a bunch of the hooks. I love these. I have a bunch of them. I love them. Yep, and then this month, a lot of times it comes with a stitch marker, most times. But last month, and then this month, it came with a pin. And this is the pin. I hope it's not, it is a pineapple, well, a yarn ball pineapple. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love the stitch markers too. I've never been disappointed with anything. And then the patterns, well, one of the patterns you can make is this market bag, market bag. And then, oh, also, if you would like, if you decide you don't want the merino or the wool or whatever it is, they have, she dyes cotton as well. And it's goes with this too. And since she gives you two patterns, one you do with the wool that she sends, if you choose that, or then there's one for the cotton. And this is a headband, I reckon. Yeah, no, it's a cowl. Whoops. Well, I thought that was like a headband. I think actually that would make it smaller and make that into a headband instead of, because like, I don't know. So I don't know if I'll do either one of those, but I love this yarn so much. I haven't, like I said, and if you go on her website, Lether Co., you know, there's all kinds of subscription boxes. You can get a extra skein of yarn with it. You can do with your subscription box, you can do that. If you just want to get a hook, she's got her hooks for sale. I think she has like stitch markers. I mean, there's all different subscription boxes that you can get depending on what you want. And it's worth it. It's very worth it. And it's $45, and that's includes shipping. Well, US shipping. I'm not sure about shipping for out of the country. I don't know. Okay, and then the next thing I got is, this is sock yarn, or I'm going to make socks out of this. Look at that. This is String Theory Colorworks, and it's self-striping. Can you see? And they always, the company always gives you a little stitch marker with it, with every skein of yarn. And this is fingering weight. It's 400 yards, and it is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And I'll definitely be making socks with these, but I don't know when. I don't really want to skein it up. I want to get rid of some of my other older sock yarn first, although I was gonna, this I had just bought. But I've decided, I went and, because I usually always have socks on the go, and I went and looked, and I thought, you know, you got some really nice sock yarn here you need to use before you use the new stuff. So there's this, and oh, what the colorway, did I say that? Oh, where is it? Oh, Fourier Transform. It's pretty, very pretty. So I got that. And then the last, well, yeah, I think I'll show you that next time. But I want to show you this bag that I just got. Let me get the card out. If there is a card, I think yes. So this bag, and it smells so good. It smells like lemon. Look at this bag. This is from Knit for Brains, Laura Brady and Alicia Gifford. They have a podcast, Knit for Brains, and Laura Brady, I'm pretty sure it's mom and daughter. They have a podcast, and Laura Brady, she makes these bags, and isn't it beautiful? And then there's the inside, and it's kind of sparkly. Can you tell? And it's got a nice zipper, and you can take that off if you want. I'm not going to, because I'll never get it back on. Well, I will, but you can take that off. And then these size bags, I think it's just a medium bag, or I don't know, come with the Needle Cozy, because she does the cutest little, well, I'm not going to go get them out, but she does cute little sock bags too. Or what? That's what I think they are. So, but the bigger bags come with a Needle Cozy. And this is the first Needle Cozy I've ever had, because I usually, from her, get a small bag. But it's a Needle Cozy, which I'll try to use. I'm usually lazy about that, and I don't do anything. But, so yeah, so this is her card. Oh, and then with it, a little stitch marker. Stay still. It's an octopus. Can you see? Maybe if I go like this. I love stitch markers. I have bought some stitch markers. I'm waiting for them to arrive. They're Christmas stitch markers. So there's an octopus. I'm supposed to go with, you know, the sea turtles and stuff. Yep, so that's the last acquisition I'm going to show. I bought some cotton, but I think I'll show you that. I think I'll do that next time, because I kind of wanted to show this. I don't want to take up, sorry, this is going to be long. Again, I just talk a lot, I guess. But I kind of wanted to show this, something that I want to make in the future. So I bought this a while ago, this gorgeous, gorgeous book, which I'm sure not everybody, I'm sure it's familiar to a lot of people. Harry Potter Knitting Magic. And it's just a beautiful book. Look at that. I mean, it wasn't very expensive. I think it was under $20. And there is a ton of patterns in here. A lot. So if you were to break it down, let's see, there's There's like 27 patterns in here for like under $20. This book was. Anyway, so what I wanted to show, I wanted to show that, and I just wanted to show this, that the first thing I made out of it, and I did this a while ago, well, maybe a couple months ago, I made the Cornish pixie. That's the first, well, that's not true. No, I made a snowman. I've made very many knitted, I don't think, are they called amigurumis? Stuffies, stuffed animals, toys, whatever. So I made the Cornish pixie, and I think it came out really good. And I want to, oh, there's all kinds of stuff in here I'd like to make. And they have, what does that say? Oh, I missed it. So, well, first of all, let me show you. This is such a beautiful book. So here's the Cornish pixie. And there. It's just so beautiful, this book. Because it has patterns and then backgrounds, like behind the scenes, not really behind the scenes, but movie clips to kind of tell you, I'm thinking what the inspiration is for the pattern and stuff like that. Well, anyway, the next thing I want to make, I'd love to make the Hedwig, but this is not what I was going to say. This is not the next thing I'm going to make, but I want to make that. But it's cotton, and it is, the yarn recommended is, where'd it go? Oh, Wool and the Gang. And on Lovecrafts, that has been out. And, you know, I don't know if you can tell on the wing, or, yeah, the wing, that there's speckles of, you know, black in it. And that's not easy to find, to try to substitute it. And on Lovecrafts, they're out of that, and they've been out of it forever. And I guess I could just go directly to Wool and the Gang, but I wasn't sure about international shipping and stuff like that. Like, maybe it's eased up now, but I just wasn't sure. And I'm not a very patient person, so I order something and it's going to take 3 months to get here. Maybe that's exaggerating, but anyway. So the next thing I wanted to make is the Wizarding Transportation Scarf. Look at that. Look at it. It's got, see all that it's got on there? It's got 9 3/4. Let me see if there's another. Well, here we go. There you go. I don't want to give away. Oh. So it's got the 9 3/4, the broomsticks, the night bus. Look at it. I want to make that really badly. So I'm going to start that. I shouldn't really until I finish some stuff up, but I think I'm going to start it. And I got the yarn for it. I've had this for a little while. So I was not going to use the yarn that was recommended, although I'm sure it's beautiful, but I think it would have been, I don't know, $100 scarf or something, probably more. I wasn't doing that, especially when color work. I've done color work, but, you know, I have, you know, it's not, I haven't done a lot of color work, so. But anyway, I got this yarn from Lovecrafts, and it is the special, Stylecraft Special Aran. I got this, and then, you know, they come in the really cute organza bags. And so I got this. I've never used Stylecraft. I've never really, I think I might have used a cake or something they had. I can't think of the name of it. But their Aran or their special DK, I've never used that. And this is really, for acrylic, it's acrylic yarn. It is really soft. It almost, although I think it's bigger, it almost reminds me of the Knit Picks, what's it called? Brava yarn, which is what this is made of. So I got this one. Now, I don't know. Yeah, oh, they do. So this is denim. And then I got this one. And this is copper. Oh, I'll tell you what it's. So it's 100% acrylic, 214 yards, and it's worsted weight, Aran weight. Well, they're Aran weight. I mean, that's worsted weight. That's what we would consider worsted weight. Yeah, it's not as, well, oh, actually, you know what? It's very similar. It's also very similar to I Love This Yarn. Probably that thickness, because I think the Knit Picks Brava, is it, what is it? Is it Brava worsted? I think that's a little on the thin side. So anyway, so these two, this is copper, this is denim, and then this one is plum. Ooh, it's darker than that. Oh, this light. And then for the background, this is parchment. So these are the three colors. That purple, man, that is darker than that. So that's gonna be it. And it's so soft. I'm so soft. But I've decided I'm gonna start that very soon. Yep. So that's it. Yes, because it's gonna be long. I don't want to just chat too much. Thank you all for watching, and if you don't mind, if you're inclined to do so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I will podcast again next week. I'm just not sure what day is going to be best for me. Things will be getting, well, there's nothing normal. It's not going to be normal. But things will get to a routine, should get to a routine next week. Saying this more to myself than anybody else. Because I would like to have a regular-ish day to podcast. Like, I would. So next week, I'm hoping we'll figure that out. Because I'm not sure. I mean, he's only 6 years old, my grandson. So I can't imagine him, doing, virtual classroom for 8 hours. This is not going to happen. So I know at the end of last year, when he was in kindergarten, when we were doing it, when they closed the schools, it was only like a couple of hours. Oh, the actual virtual part of it, which I think it'll be way different, was not very long. And then his actual amount of work he did probably didn't take 2 hours. No, didn't, their attention spans are they're not. So we'll see, we'll fit it in and, go from there. But like I said, thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a great week. Yeah, we start school early in Georgia, but I know there's lots of other places that are going to be starting school soon, and I'm going to pray for you. We're all going to all figure it out, and we're going to get used to this new, I hesitate to say normal, but we're going to get through it. We are. So everyone, like I said, everyone have a good week, and I will see you next week. Bye.